Okay, hello. My name is King Vincent Panka. I'm making this video for the Maroons of my country, Suriname, on the northern side of South America. And this is directly to the Aukan tribe, Maroon tribe in Suriname, who are actually mercenaries of the Dutch colonizers who used them as terrorist anarchists to start a coup against the democratic chosen government back then of Delano Desiree Bouterse. And this coup, this terrorist movement, Jungle Commando we call them also, was led by Ronnie Brunswijk that was financed by the Dutch government. And this is the message that I wrote. I'm going to post this video so that you can share it with them and also start talking about it if you're from Suriname. And if you're from the Caribbean, the Big America, actually, all of the Americas together is Big America with Caribbean. Have that conversation, get to know what happened in Suriname and what is still going on. Okay, here it goes. Hello everyone. I am King Vincent Panka. Ik ben King Vincent Panka. This video is to the CARICOM, let's see, CARICOM Pan-Africans, Maroon, Jukas, we also call them, who call themselves Surinamers and for decades have been identifying themselves as descendants of West Africans, so Ghanaians. This goes also for the Inheemsen, those are the natives, descendants of contract workers from Asia, that's Hindustani people, people from Indonesia, Java, and the Chinese. We autochthone, original, indigenous, copper-colored Hebrews of Big America, in our case Suriname, etc., have nothing to do with Africa. We are not Africans. Our ancestors have been around for thousands of years in Big America. We are not your African people and we will never be your African people. We have no connection with Africa and we want no connection with Africa or Maroons. There are good Maroons. Let that be clear. But the Aukans are a problem. They need to go. They need to repatriate back to Africa because they are actually the mercenaries of the Dutch government who are using them till this day. Okay, anyway, the Maroons Africans, especially the Maroons Pan-Africans, have been telling lies about our ancestors, the indigenous ancestors, and about us. Let's see. And have been calling us hateful, evil, loaded names, giving us negative, evil energy, saying that we did their ancestors or them harm, wrong, while it's the Africans who sold the Maroon ancestors to the Dutch government, and Ashantene Kwakudua, that was a king back then in West Africa, rented African mercenaries to the Dutch government, etc., who didn't have the manpower to control their colonies in the East Indies Compagnie, VOC, Verenigd Oost-Indisch Compagnie, and WIC, West Indies Compagnie, that's the Americas. The East Indies Compagnie is Asia, and the West Indies Company is the Americas, Suriname, and a part of the Caribbean itself. We are disconnecting from the Maroons, Ninsei, CARICOM, Africans, diversity, inclusiveness, multiculti doctrine, identity. We are not Africans. Let that be clear. This message is judicial. So we're going to take some steps to get that disconnection happening. And we are advising the people to do their genealogy. That means get your family tree in order. Forget about DNA tests because that's not valid in a courtroom. Let's see. No one who was active as Pan-Africans, diversity, inclusivity, multiculti has the allowance from us, indigenous people, to speak or represent my people at the government institutional level. There are some who now finding out that we are the landowners of the Americas, Big America, that part of the world, Suriname, that was called Guyana, together with French Guiana, British Guiana. It was called Guyana and part of Venezuela. Okay, these people have been promoting Pan-Africanism, calling all of us Africans. Those people don't represent us and don't need to represent us. We don't want that. We are representing ourselves and we are fighting for our own case because you have been denying us, you have been showing us disrespect, and because of your work, a lot of hate is against us coming from Maroons and all of these contract workers from Asia. Let it be clear, we don't need you. You don't need to call our name. You don't need to represent us as a collective because we will deny you. I am the organization. I'm King Vincent Panka of all of the indigenous people of Big America. That means Caribbean, North, South, Central America. Okay. No one who, okay, that was, that I read already. There hasn't been any transatlantic slave trade. It is still this day a war where prisoners were being used to do labor without getting paid. It's a land-grabbing war that still goes on, that resulted into paper genocide done by the European colonizers, Netherlands, etc. And I mean also the Asian countries who have their people on our soil right now, Indonesia, China, and Hindustan, and not to forget the Africans, the West Africans, Ghana. Together with Ashantene Kwakudua, he's also guilty of it, and his African mercenaries, we call them in Suriname the Redimusus. Those were police officers, soldiers with a red jacket on. And today you have Ronnie Brunswijk with the Jungle Commando that was financed, it's a terrorist organization, financed by the Dutch government, and they wear red berets. Those are the Redimusus, their descendants. Today, Ronnie Brunswijk is in the Suriname government, and he's a terrorist, and he needs to move with his people back to Africa because they will always stay a problem to Suriname because they are the soldiers of the Dutch, and they need to move. We are done with Nederland. The Alkans of Ronnie Brunswijk, the inheemse, who are the leftovers of the Portuguese colonialism in Asia, Indonesia, Philippines, some other Africans, Maroons, and today the Javanese, Haitians even, are right now in my country. Those people are all in big contracts where they have no business in. So those things we're gonna check. We're gonna check everything that happened in the last 20 or 30 years and everything that was wrong, because right now the Suriname government and the people over there are panicking because they are cleaning up in the forest where they are using poison from the Chinese that poisoned our river, the Saramacca River, where fish are floating. And there's a report coming out, I think it was today, so I'm very curious what is written in that document. But anyway, let me continue what I was reading. The Alkans of Ronnie Brunswijk, the inheemse leftovers of the Portuguese colonialism in Asia, Indonesia, Philippines, some Africans, Maroons, and today the Javanese, Haitians, Chinese, and Hindustanis. All of them are against us. In Suriname are guilty of a crime against humanity, against my people of the Americas. We call it Big America. That's Caribbean, North, South, Central America. Where was I? Okay, Asians, those from India, those from Indonesia, Java, those from China, your ancestors who came after 1853, the first ones were the Chinese, 1853, 1873, the Hindustani came, in 1890, the first Javanese people came. Okay, your ancestors signed contract with the colonizers, not with our people. We are the rightful owners of the land, not the inheemse, because they are leftovers of the Portuguese colonialism in Asia. Okay, the contract of your ancestors expired, and in that contract was written, when the date comes that the contract is going to be expired, you have to go back to Asia, your home. But they sticked around, and right now you own almost everything that belongs to us. So some reparations has to be paid. And I know who is going to pay that, because I will make sure that they are going to pay it, and they are going to pay it. Okay. In that same contract between the Asians, the Dutch, British, is included contract agreements that tells when the contract expires, the Asians need to go back home to Asia. That's what I said before. Okay, I'm reading it. We, the autochthone, original, indigenous, copper-colored Hebrews, have no contract with these contract workers from Asia. You have a contract with the European colonizers, Netherlands, Britain, you know, not with us. So we are correcting the past today. Because they need to start all over when they need to repatriate back home to Asia and the Maroons back home to Africa. They have no land accommodation. Ghana and the Asian countries, should prepare their accommodation when they repatriate the same way like their ancestors were welcomed by Dutch government, force our ancestors to welcome them, the contract workers from Asia in Suriname. I don't support any in or outside Suriname organization who today wants to speak about our case, the autochthone, original, indigenous, copper-colored Hebrews of Big America, in our case, Suriname. I don't support any organizations. I'm the organization. I'm king. The land belongs to me. And if it belongs to me, it belongs to my people. And no one represents us. Because everyone that is trying to represent my people, my culture, were, back in the days, not so long ago, Pan-Africans who were against us. They caused this social problem that Maroons are talking bad about us, that these Asians in my country are talking bad about us, these biracials are talking bad about us, so we are talking for ourselves. You don't need to talk for us. Because you caused a lot of problems, like disrespecting our universal rights. That's because of your works, Pan-African people, from CARICOM, from NINSE, Mrs. Beekman, Gilmar Macnak, that is actually working for Ronnie Brunswijk till this day, because he was the chairman here in Nederland of ABOP. That's the organization of the Aukans. Okay. They are multicultural, diversity, inclusivity, whose contract with colonizers has expired. I explained that before. Go listen to this tape again to understand what it's all about. Sorry for the double reading, but it helps. We are dealing with tricksters, anarchists, Maroons, who are doing cultural paper genocide on me and my people, and we are going to put an end to this crime against humanity. It's not rocket science. The Dutch governments know me. They know that I'm very creative. I know how to walk, I know how to move, you know? We are going to correct it. I'm going to start correcting it. My brothers and sisters are waking up out of this Pan-African nonsense. They want nothing to do with Africans anymore. You know, I'm not the only one that is speaking. We are with thousands of Suriname. But together in Big America, we are more than 190 million people that are waking up out of this nonsense of colonialism. Okay, we are dealing, okay, I already did that. And my last words are, we ain't Africans. We ain't Africans. We are Americans. We, my people, some of them are Lokono Arawak, not Lokono Arawak, like the natives love to call themselves. Those are not original people of the land. Some of them are saying that, yeah, we were back then dark, and today we got light. No, that's not true. You're from Asia. If I put one of you between the Javanese people, I don't see a difference. Those are your people from Asia. Okay? And last thing that I wanted to say and show some respect, and that's to Aisa Mama, the goddess of Big America, Chiefess Califia, and not to forget Pacha Mama Ruach HaKodesh. Thank you very much. I'm King Vincent Panka, and this is my message. Share this.